one of the best maps we've had. It was a sick map. This is the map where I nuked a Velo to death with 30 plus nukes. People that did enjoy weird ass stupid all-ins in games love this map. Boys, we're back with another tier list. I just fixed up the chat so people can read it if that's something they want to do while watching this later on YouTube. Today's tier list, this is my second tier list. I love doing these and I love actually watching tier list videos on YouTube. I decided let's do another one. So this one I saw from Avax, the map maker. Some of you may know, some of you may not. But I think he was the one that created this one. And it's a pretty cool one. So it's the best ladder maps of Legacy of the Void tier list maker. So there's a bunch of maps right here. And we're gonna go through them. I think these are all of the maps in Legacy of the Void. You guys on YouTube, you know, you can comment which maps you liked, which maps you didn't like. And you can also see the chat all the way over there, what people are thinking and if they're liking it as well. Okay, let's get started. So some of the maps, I might like look at them and not remember because you can see the screenshots are not full because you can't make them full. So some of them you kind of have to be like, what's going on? All right, so let's start. This map, I actually won't be able to remember a lot of these maps' names. If you guys in the chat can help, that would be great. Now, I might be readjusting. I know this map. It's called something with the numbers. Bit? It wasn't bit. Something with the numbers. It had an in-base base. 16-bit. There we go. 16-bit. I think overall it was a good map. I really like the maps that have in-base natural. So I'll put it at S for now, but I might change it. We'll see. I might change it. This map, terrible, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's terrible. Again, I don't remember the name, chat. This is like a little mini quiz for you, quiz for you to actually guess the map's name. I remember this map. It was probably one of the worst maps in Legacy of the Void. It's the map where you're so close to one another. Abiogenesis, that's right. It was so bad. It was so bad. Too many tiers. Should I remove some? ABC. Let's remove. Delete row. Yeah, I feel like it's too many as well. Let's do it like this: 5 tiers and then Unplayable. Okay. Yeah, Abiogenesis. I think that it was just a bad map. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Abyssal Reef. This map had a lot of good games, and I'm gonna have to give it an S+. I enjoyed playing on it. And also, it created for a lot of good games. Yeah, it was overall a really good map. I don't think like anyone vetoed this map. I'm gonna have to give it that S tier. Now, another map that I really enjoyed, which again, I can't remember the name, even though I know the maps. I know every single map, I just can't remember the name. Acid Plant, right? I think this was also one of the standard maps where everyone played it, everyone loved it. It had a lot of different like possibilities on the map. You could mass drop, you could do 2-base timings. Overall, it was a really good macro map, very like just macro oriented map, but you could cheese on it as well. So I think the way I'm gonna be rating maps is what if I liked playing it, what the majority of people like, especially at the pro level, like if they enjoyed playing it / watching it, and just overall variety of the map. Yeah, that's how I'm going to be rating those. Oh, this map. Is this the super long 2-player map? Like on the top left and bottom right, it had like weird gold bases. I think it is. I was not a fan of this map. I did not enjoy it. Yeah, this is the map with 2 golds. I did not enjoy that map at all. I thought it was too long and it was so hard to go around because the map was like this and it was just meh. Like, I think majority of people are not going to remember this map's name because it was not great. Automaton. Now I'm gonna give Automaton an A. That's the map we had in a previous map pool. I don't think it's S tier. Like, I'm not looking at that map and I'm like, oh man, I wish it was, yeah, I wish it was back or something like that. No, it was okay. You know, it was good. I had some good games. It was too open for my taste. The pathing was too open and it didn't have a lot of interesting positional spots, which is why I'm ranking it here. This map. Okay, this map created for a lot of good games. You guys in the chat probably know what this map is. The spawns are top left and bottom right. And then you had 2 watchtowers in the middle. This is one of those maps that I think was pretty standard. A lot of people loved it. Was it A tier? S tier though. I'm gonna have to go back on that one because I'm not quite sure if it's A or S. But I also remember having a lot of good games on this map. There was a lot of positional play. I like them. I like them. Acropolis? No, it's not Acropolis. I wish we had names. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, let's look at the next map. Wow, I'm derping on the name so hard. This is Blue Shift. Blue Shift, I'm gonna have to give it a B. It was an okay map. I personally am not a fan of small maps. And I feel like this is one of those maps where it's too small. I mean, it's a little bit bigger than Abiogenesis. And it was a good map, but it was kind of revolving all around attacking through this area or this area. The middle was almost never used. And then you had these watchtowers that control the big parts of the map. Last map is Acropolis? No, it's not. This is not Acropolis. Wait, are you sure? No, this is not Acropolis. This is called something different. We had this map like 4 or 5 map pulls ago. The thing is, I know the maps. I just don't know the names. Oh, man, this. I'ma just give it a C. I hated this map. This was the Frost map. Blood Boil. Blood Boil. I did not enjoy this map at all. Odyssey? No, it was not Odyssey. Personally, I hate snow maps. Snow maps just get a rank lower just because they're snow maps. My eyes were like in pain every time I played on this map, and it was so insanely Zerg favored that I hated it. I did not enjoy any of my games in this map. It's not unplayable, right? But hell no. Hell no. Another map that I don't think was great. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a B. This map was in only one map pool, and it was so short that I actually don't know the name. It's not like I can't remember, I don't know the name. This map was the map that had like a weird path through the middle, or like this, and then it had golds in the corner. I'm giving it a B because it was creative. It didn't really work out. It was very cheesy, and the only path you could attack from is like through the middle right here. And it was a very small map, but I'll give it a B for creativity because of this gold base. Boardwalk, yeah, that's right. Boardwalk something. But I'm gonna give it a B for just being very, very creative. Now this map is, oof, this is a hard one. I'm gonna give it an S. This map was one of my favorite maps to play on. The reason for that is, again, it was different. It created for a lot of interesting like macro games, longer games, which is, you know, something I love. And then it had that pocket third base this time. So not like your standard pocket natural that a lot of the maps have. This was a pocket third base, but if you get dropped or war prismed or whatever, it was so hard to defend any spots on it. I wish I actually had a list of the maps, because not knowing the map names is kind of a little bit yikes, but hey, what are you gonna do? Is this Cactus Valley? Was Cactus Valley in the map pool? Oh, it was. It was during like the winter part of the year. I'll give Cactus Valley an A. I think it was a really good map for Heart of the Swarm. Backwater, that's right. I think it was a really good map for back in the day, but I don't think it plays too well in Legacy of the Void. That's my my issue with it. Oh, are these okay? Thank you, Spooky. Okay, so Spooky just linked me something real nice. There we go. Boys, professional streamer. Thank you, Spooky. Okay. 16. Okay, so let me quickly go through the map. Sorry about this. So 16-bit, Abiogenesis. Then we had Abyssal Reef, which was S+. Acid Plant, which was S. Acolyte. Where's Acolyte? Wait, is this really called Acolyte? Yeah, it's not Acolyte either. They're not in order. That's the thing. Ascension to Ire. This is Ascension to Ire. That's right. Because I skipped maps as well. Okay, this is Ascension to Ire. Okay, we got it. This one is Acolyte. I remember Acolyte. Acolyte, I'm gonna give it a B. It was an okay map. So this is the map where you had top right spawn with an in-base base and bottom left. But the map was so big, most of the games that happened on it were very, very campy. I feel like watching them, the games were not very interesting. The opponent was so far away that almost all the timing pushes were just not great. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through the order so I know the map name straight away. So yeah, Battle of the Boardwalk, and then we have Blood Boil, Blue Shift, Bridgehead LE. This is Bridgehead. Oh yeah, this happened in the early Legacy of the Void. This was, I think, inspired by the Brood War map, which I can't remember its name. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a C. I think the map was really cool. The main bases were so small, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you will not remember this map. But the main base and the natural were so small, and the natural had like a back rocks where you can enter. One of the games that was played was, I think it was BlizzCon Finals between Sejong and SOS, I want to say. Was it Sejong versus SOS? I can't remember. It was like 2016. I really love this map in Brood War, but StarCraft II, a little bit. Let us continue. This is, oh my god, what is this map called? This is Heart of the Swarm map. Belshire Vestige. It was top left spawns and bottom right. Now, I'm gonna give this map a B. I wanted to give it a C because I personally did not like this map at all, but I know it was like many people's favorite map. Take them in order. Yeah, this one for some reason is not added. I don't know why, but or it's not on this list. Personally, I did not like this map. I just didn't. I did not like this map at all. Next one is the map that I feel like no one liked, so I'm gonna give this one unplayable. This was Central Protocol. Central Protocol was that map that had like super awkward main base, and every time I saw this map, it was 3 racks Reaper. It was so good for Reapers because your natural main were so far away that I remember people were doing 3 racks Reaper against Protoss on this map. And this was early Legacy of the Void as well, so yikes. Now, what is this map? Did I skip this map? Yeah, some of the maps are not in order, by the way. So if I'm like being dumb, it's because they're not in order. This map, I remember it. I'm gonna give it an A. This map was the bottom left and top right spawns. I think I enjoyed it. I had a lot of epic games on it. A lot of good games. It was a good macro map, but it was also really good for 2 base all-ins. What is it called? It happened recently. I can't remember. Now this one is, guys, Coda Ladder Edition. Now Coda is a harder Swarm map, but it still works Legacy of the Void. It's just a great map. It's one of the best maps we've ever had in StarCraft II. It was such a good map. That's all I can say. Oh man, I'm gonna just give this one the Sun Station, baby. Please, Blizzard. Like, I know you wanna create entertaining stuff in different maps, but that was a terrible map. Cerulean Fall. Oh yeah, this one is Cerulean Fall. Okay, this one. I did not like the Sun Station at all. Like, doesn't matter what race you play, everyone hated it. Like, the only people that loved it were people that were super cheesy, but I did love watching games on this map because I could feel the pain from the players having to play this map. And the only time where you saw this map was in the best of 7 because everyone vetoed this map. And then you would see a major tournament in like best of 7 grand finals and players have to play this map. That was very sad. Okay, what do we have next? What map is this? Does anyone know what map this is? I swear I've never seen this map. I actually don't know. So we're gonna just leave it there for now. Ah, classic. Okay, listen. Daybreak. Not the greatest map in Legacy of the Void. Okay, it's too small for Legacy of the Void. But it is amongst the greatest. Daybreak was an amazing map. Okay? I had so many good games on it. I loved watching games in this map. For its time, it was an S+. Again, doesn't really transition too well into the Legacy, but I feel like how good it was in Heart of the Swarm. Wait, it's a Wings map actually. Yeah, it's a Wings map. How good it was in Wings, it has to be an S+. It has to be. Next one is Defender's Landing. Now this is a cringe, okay? This is a little cringe and I'm gonna give it unplayable. So this map was, you can see the pattern, well except this one, but these 3 maps are super small maps that were super cheesy, and I remember they had like rocks you could knock down on the way to your opponent, but it was such a short rush distance, everyone vetoed this map. It was not a good map. Okay, just not a good map, not at all. Dreamcatcher. I'm gonna give Dreamcatcher a solid A. I don't think it was an S tier. I'm not looking at Dreamcatcher like, oh man, that was such a great, one of the best. It wasn't. Like, it just wasn't. It had cool interaction with like which third base you take. That's about it. Like, it was okay. And I think okay on the better side, not okay on the lower side. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A. A lot of people enjoy that map. The next map we have is Dusk Towers. Oh yeah, that's the map. Okay. Dusk Towers for me is an S tier, straight away. Not the best map ever. This was the map that had in-base natural and then very safe third, but it had those ledges like right here towards the middle. You could kind of siege up, you can play defensive from there, and it had a lot of good games in GSL, it had a lot of good games in WCS scene. Overall, I really enjoyed playing on this map as well. Like, not just, you know, other people, but I enjoyed playing on it quite a bit. Now, we're moving into Eastwatch. I'm gonna give this map a B. I don't think this map was necessarily bad. Well, it is B, so it's pretty bad. Eastwatch, for if you guys don't remember, is that map where you have like rocks everywhere, there's bajillion paths. This map, if it was a little bit smaller, I think I would like it more. But there were so many paths, so many expansions. When you get proxied, like, you can't find it because it's just so chaotic. You know, there comes a point of diminishing returns on the expands and everything else, and it's just like, yeah, it was an okay map. I did have good games. I did watch good games on it as well. Not amazing. Echo. I'm gonna give Echo... Oof, that's a hard one. This is an S or A. Oof, that's a hard one. I'm gonna give it an A. I don't think it's up to par with these maps, but it was a good map. Echo was a good map. And it was in map pool for like 3 seasons, I think, or 2 seasons, something like that. It was in the map pool for a very, very long time. You know, people liked it. The next map is, oh my god, Fracture. This is a C. It would have been maybe a B, but again, snow map goes a little bit down for me. This was again one of those maps where it had super short rush distance, and it was very cheesy map, and everything we saw ever on this map is mass roach pushes, and that's it. That's what we saw almost every single freaking game. And just 3 racks Reaper, not a very diverse map. I actually don't remember a single macro game I had or macro game I watched. Like, I'm talking like 5+ bases. It was always like 2-3 base, and that's it. That's where it ends. Frost. This might shock a lot of people, but I'm gonna give Frost an A. And I know, I can feel the hate already. A lot of people consider this map S+, or at least S. And it actually has nothing to do with it being ice map, because the middle of it is not really icy, so I did not mind that at all. I actually never enjoyed this map as much as other people. I enjoyed it, but not as much. I wasn't like, oh my god, Frost. I actually vetoed Frost a lot, especially against Zergs. The run by potential on this map, I think, gave me PTSD from playing this map. I'm not doing the -1 on the Frost map. I just did not enjoy this map as much as others did, but I know this map for many people is like S+ or S. Sorry to disappoint everyone. Frozen Temple. Frozen Temple. Oof, this is a hard one. Where do I rate this map? This was a hard one. I think it's gonna have to be a B. I actually really liked playing on this map. It was very abusive with 3 racks. It was abusive with a lot of things, but I actually liked this map quite a bit. No, I'm gonna boop it to A. I really like this map. I don't think it's up here. Like, up here, the maps, you know. Also, Boardwalk, I'm gonna send it downwards. I'm sending Boardwalk downwards because it's not the same as Blue Shift. And I'm gonna send this one down as well. I don't think these 2 were great maps. I think these 3 are together, and then these ones go together as well. Next one is Galactic Process. This map is almost exactly the same as Cloud Kingdom. So it was extremely similar, but it's not an S tier, I feel like. I actually liked it less than Cloud Kingdom. It was copied Cloud Kingdom, made it a little bit bigger, and added a couple of things to it, and I was like, nah, not at that level. Okay, the undecided maps, we're just gonna leave them for now, okay? Because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, the next map, Habitation Station. Okay, I'm gonna give this map an S. Now, let me say why. So this map, you either loved it or you hated it. There was no in between. There was no player that was like, yeah, it was okay. I personally really like this map because I feel this is one of those maps that was so unique. We literally did not have a map like this after Habitation Station. And again, some people will look at this map and be like, that's a terrible map. Oh my god, that's a terrible map. And some people will look at it, we'd be like, oh my god, this was the greatest map I've ever played in my life. It started off as a normal map and then it evolved into being people expanding to the gold first and Tempest rushes, if you guys remember those, and Swarm Host rushes off of 2 base after taking the gold. I think it was just a really entertaining map. Is it the best map for balance or this or that? No, but I think it was a really entertaining map. Honor Grounds. See, Honor Grounds, I have to be honest, I loved Honor Grounds, but I'm gonna have to give it an A. I really liked it. The Honor Grounds was the 4-player map with like the 4 gold bases. The middle was, there was pretty much nothing. And it had a watchtower in front of every 3rd base spawn location. I think I personally would put it at S tier. From me watching this game, I don't think it was that entertaining to watch because it was very campy. That's why I'm not giving it a S or higher. You guys are saying this is, oh, it's Darkness Sanctuary. This one. I'm gonna just give it a C. It was not a great map. I can't really pinpoint what. Maybe it was too big. I don't know what. It's just not my map. Not my cup of tea. Inferno Pools. Unplayable. Okay, so I was Terran. Full on Terran when this map was in the map pool, right? I remember the Protosses crying. I can still hear them today. Because this map's natural was so big, you could not wall off. There was a build that Zergs figured out that if you just mass links at certain points, speed links, Protoss cannot hold because you literally don't have enough minerals to wall off. This map was always vetoed if you're a Protoss. Always, always. And this map was unplayable because of it for Protoss. There were so many things that were wrong with this map. I mean, it's a bad map, okay? It's a bad map. The next map we have is Interloper. So this map reminded me a lot of Terraform, actually. Quite a bit. Reminded me of Terraform. What did I think of it? I'm gonna give it a B. I didn't think it was that great, to be honest. I don't really like the maps that have too many pathways and hallways. You know, if I compare it, because now we have like something to compare these maps to, right? If I compare Interloper, is it as good as Frost? No. Is it as good as Echo? No, it's not. Is it good as Cactus Valley? No, it's not. Is it good as Automaton? It's not. That's pretty much it. Iron Fortress. This was early Legacy of the Void. A lot of these maps people might not even know because it was so early in Legacy. And it had a big Zerg sign on the middle because it was a very good Zerg map. You could actually siege up from like here. I don't know if you guys can even see my mouse properly, but you could siege up from like here and shoot with the tanks on the other side. I'll give it a B. It was an okay map. I have nothing against it. It just didn't really produce epic games. It's a horde symbol for Warcraft? No, it's not. What do you mean? It's a Zerg logo. It's a Zerg logo. Right in the middle. It's not a horde sign. I got a horde logo right there. Like, again, I don't have any, like, specific faults to point out. It just didn't create for epic games. It was an okay map. The next map we have is... Oh my god, this map is in the map pool right now. What is it called? Kairos Junction. I think Kairos Junction is an A. I don't think it's an S tier. I don't think it's an S plus for sure. I don't think it's B. I think it's a good, solid map. I don't really have any games that I'm like, whoa, insane. I had some good games on it. That's about it. Again, I don't really have any reasons why it's not an S. I don't really know what I would improve, but A. That's how it is. This is King's Cove. I actually really like King's Cove. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna give it an S. I think King's Cove is a really good map. Initially when it came out, I thought it's too big of a map and I thought it would have some issues, but I found it to be very cool to play on. And I think a lot of the macro games that happen in this map are also really cool. You have some parts that are open, but there's also like chokes you can abuse. I like it. King's Cove is a good map. Yeah, and there's a lot of epic games. Like when you watch, there's a lot of good epic games. King Sejong Station. Now this is a frost map, an ice map, and you guys know where this one goes. You guys know where this one goes. Straight to the top, baby. one of the best maps we've had. King Sejong Station was a sick map. It was a sick map. I loved it. I feel like honestly, if I had to rate these maps, I would put King Sejong, I'm gonna rate S+ in order. King Sejong was the best map out of these 4. I feel like even games that were 2-base versus 2-base, they were epic. It was a map that could have been played different ways. It was a map for every race. It was a map with abusable terrain. It was a map for cheeses. It was just a very good map. And it was very weird the way it's shaped, but I think it was a really good map. I loved it. I loved playing on it. I loved watching. It was a great map. Oh my god, let me help you out there. Core Hall, garbage, knockout. Let's move on. Lerla Crest. These two are so bad. They're so bad. It's actually insane. Lerla Crest was a map that people all-in all the time. The natural was so open. It was so small. It's a terrible map. But Core Hall is actually worse than this one. But then again, Core Hall does not have a lot of competitors in that unplayable tier. Lost and Found. Oh, Lost and Found S+. Great map. I would even rate it second best out of these. Lost and Found, I love that map. I'm usually not a big fan of small maps, and I feel this was a small map from point A to point B if you look at it straight to your opponent. But the way the map played out was really good. So I'm gonna have to give it an S+. I think it created a lot of good games. A lot of people loved playing on it. It was just a great map. That's pretty much it. And it even stayed for 2-3 map pools, so good for you, Lost and Found. Good for you. Mech Depot. What is this? Let me take a full screen look. Oh, I remember this map. Mech Depot. I'm thinking. Nah, I'm gonna give it a B. You know why I was thinking? I was like, oh yeah, that's a cool map. I'll give it an A. But then I figured I couldn't even remember the map. Not map's name. I couldn't remember the map. So it's probably not that great, right? I think it was an okay map. Not that great. I did like the terrain though. It looked really pretty. So I'll give it that. This map is not same quality as Kairos. Come on. It's just not. Now, Moonlight Madness. Now that was a map. I'll give it a C. I'm not gonna give it unplayable because I think it had a lot of stupid, weird ass strategies, weird ass games. Yeah, you guys, yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. So this map, you could siege up your tanks right there above on a little ledge, like Lost Temple. And you could put tanks. And there was a game with Flash versus sooo, I think, where he dropped tanks, and then he dropped the Thor, and then he made a missile turret, and then he just stayed there whole game. So for the entertainment purposes, I'm gonna give it a C, because these maps are not entertaining at all. They're just trash. They're just straight up trash. Neon Violet Square. Let me take a look at it. I think Neon Violet Square, I'm gonna give it an A. I think it was a really interesting map. I think it was a good map. It's the map where, now actually I'm gonna give it an S. You know why? Now I'm gonna have to give it an A. But this map is special and close to my heart. And you're like, why Beastie? Why is that? This is the map where the red dot was created, the red dot meme. This is the map where I nuked a Velo to death with 30+ nukes. It's up on my YouTube channel. If you wanna watch some pure comedy gold, check it out. I would put it at S, but I don't think it's at S. I want to put it as just because of the red dot, but A. I'll control myself, and I'll put it at A. I'm trying to follow this list, so I'll skip this one for now, even though I know what map this is. This is Turbo. New Gettysburg. I'll give this map an S. I'll explain. I personally love this map because it was different, because there were builds where you could rush to the island and expand there and go Sky, Toss, Sky Zerg, whatever. I think it created for a lot of interesting games. I enjoyed playing on it. It was also a very big macro map, so even if you don't take the islands, if you guys split the map, eventually you're fighting for the islands. Yeah, I'll give it an S. It's not the most balanced map, but I think it created for a lot of good games. The next map is, again, this is skipped on my list, so I'm just gonna go to next, even though I know what map this is, and then we'll come back. New Gettysburg. I'll give New Gettysburg a B. I don't like the map. It's too small. I feel like it's very 2-3 base centric. And even if the game goes longer, I feel the game could end like this if you take the wrong path and opponents on the other side and you just lose the game, or weird base trade or something like that. Yeah, not a big fan. Then this map is, I think, Newkirk, right? Newkirk, I'll give an A. It was a really good macro map. Wasn't this actually in Heart of the Swarm? And then also Legacy? That had like 2 different variations. It was? Okay, yeah, because I remember there was another version of this map. Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A. It was an S, was an S+. It was a good map though. Nothing against it. Yeah, good map. That's it. Odyssey. Oof, I did not like this map. I'm gonna just say it right now. I did not like this map too much. Where do I place it though? I'm gonna do B. Is it B though, or is it A? Nah, it's B. I didn't like that. I don't know. I never liked this map. I don't know. I don't have an explanation. I did not like it at all. Okay, Orbital Shipyard. I'm just gonna say it. I am probably biased, but this was my favorite map in the Legacy of the Void beta. Orbital Shipyard was my favorite map in Legacy of the Void beta. It was definitely an S tier map. Or maybe not favorite, but one of the favorites. I love this map so much. It was a great map. Great map. 10 out of 10. Well, maybe 9 out of 10. Overgrowth. Okay, guys. This was such an epic map. I loved it so much. Yada yada. Actually, no. This is something that you guys will probably agree the most with. I hated Overgrowth. I hated it with passion. This is the map that I hated the most when everyone else loved it the most. Hated it. I don't know what it was about it. I don't know if it was because it was a small map. I honestly, if I could pick any of these maps so far and say which map did you hate, it's Overgrowth. Because I'm not, if there was an actual tier under Unplayable, I would put it there. Like, Unplayable maps are maps that were just like completely imbalanced or just crap, like just did not work. Overgrowth worked, don't get me wrong, but I just hated it. Every game was the same. No matter what the matchup was, every game was exactly the same per matchup. You always saw the same builds. You could never cheese because it was so small and prox locations are simple. There were always the same pushes, same timings, and then if you split the map, you're literally looking at your opponent's units without needing any vision. That's how small it was. Hated it. This is actually my most hated map. I vetoed it against every race. Hell no. Hell no. Paladino Terminal. Welcome to the Unplayable ranked Paladino Terminal. This map is probably so little known because no one played it. Everyone vetoed this map. Doesn't matter what race you were. Actually, when I did play this map, I would either A, meet Terran that would do 3 Rax Reaper, or B, I would meet Protoss that would open double gate or something like that on this map because it was so small. Or 1 gate double gas proxy Stargate Oracle or something like that. I don't remember this one. Yeah, because it was terrible. That's why I don't remember it. Parasite. I'll give it a B. Parasite, I think it was a good map. Maybe a little bit too big to get some action going. I think this map would have been A, but you didn't see a lot of action on Parasite because it was so big. So you actually either saw a lot of camping on both sides, or you would see proxies to avoid playing the longer game. Again, I like the map, but I think overall, if I think about it, I don't think it's like any of these maps, to be honest. I don't think it's that quality, personally. What do we have next? Port Alexander. Port Alexander for me is an A map. I had a lot of good games on it. The only thing that's missing from putting into S tier is I feel like it's just another macro map. Like, when you think about it, it doesn't have anything special about it. Nothing. It's just a macro map that's good. That's literally my description of it. The reason why it's not S is because it's just a macro map. Okay, next map. Oh, is this Prion Terraces? Dude, I'm just gonna put this as unplayable. This was a terrible map. I'm sorry, this was a garbage map. To whoever made it, I'm sure you tried your best. This was one of the most hated maps in the history of StarCraft II by the pro players. Do you guys remember when this map came out? You had double gold base, and then they changed it so that your natural is a gold base. Dude, if gold base is anywhere close to my sensor tower range, if I build it in my main base, that's a shit map. That's a pure just shit. I'm sorry. That gold base should not be in the range of a sensor tower if you put it in the middle of your main base. Hell no. Terrible map. This was so broken for Zerg. I remember Zergs had like insane win rates in this map. Absolutely insane win rates. No. Just no. Proxima Station. Okay, I love this map. I don't know what you guys feel about this map because I actually don't know what people in general thought of this map. I thought it was a really good map. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good map. I had a lot of really sick games on it. Yeah, I liked it. Redshift. Pardon my French. Look, it's not unplayable. It's just a bad map. See, that's the thing. It's not unplayable. It's playable. It's just a bad map. Is it unplayable though? I'm actually not sure. No, I'm gonna put it unplayable because I realized that towards the end of it, no one was expanding the normal way. It was either get the gold and all in, or just all in the guy that's doing the gold base. It was a terrible map. Okay, Ruins of Endion. Oh, this was a bad map. This map was like the Dustin Bratter ascended from Heroes of the Storm or whatever he was doing at that time. And he was just like, rocks, 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 rocks. This map had so many rocks that it's actually insane. Like, to get your opponent, you needed to kill like 4 mountains to actually attack your opponent. And not only had to kill rocks, but there were also destructible rocks that turned into rocks. So if you want to play defensively, you also have to kill rocks. So no matter how you spin it, you had to kill rocks on this map. That's pretty much how it was. Next map, Ruins of Ceros. Okay, I'm gonna give this map a B. I'll say why. I don't think it was A rank. Most people would probably rank it even lower, but I actually don't think this map was that bad. I think what made this map that bad is the meta that it was happening in. If you guys don't remember, this map was on when adepts were basically like heroes. You warp 8 adepts and it's not 8 units, it's 8 heroes. Remember the War Prism adept all-ins over one base that were unstoppable? I think this map was like the best map to do the War Prism adepts. And I think the map is ruined because of that. But overall, I don't think it was a bad map. It was just happening in the moment of time when the meta was like settling. What is this? Oh, sequencer. Oh, God's sake. Makes me puke. I'll just skip. I'm not even gonna describe that map. What a... Stasis. Now, I don't think Stasis was unplayable. It was a little bit too out there, I would say. I've never really seen any really good games, but it was different. So I applauded for that. But meh. It was a pretty meh. Terraform. I'll give Terraform... Let me look at it full screen. I feel like it's a B. Yeah, I'll give it a B. I didn't think it was that great, to be honest. And it was also at the peak of imbalance with Adepts and Liberators and Cyclones and everything else. That's pretty much it. Not amazing, not bad. Thunderbird. I actually think Thunderbird is a really cool map. I'm going to give it an S. I think it's a really cool map. I feel like if I was doing this 3 months from now on, I would maybe even put it S+. I think it's a really cool map. I think it's a really innovative map with the, that's the map we have currently in the map pool. It's a map that on your third, you have those minerals you can mine out. The middle has those gold Vespine geysers as well. I think it's a really interesting map. So I'm gonna give it an S. Good job. I don't know who made it, but good job. Okay, Turbo Cruise. I'll give it an A, B. So, Turbo Cruise had a really good potential. I talked about this on the Pylon show. It had really good potential, but the slow fields are just everywhere. And it feels like they're just splattered randomly. Oh, put it here, I'll put it here, I'll put it here, and that's it. I don't like there's so many of them. And I also don't like that the attack paths you take are so decisive. What I mean by that is, if the opponent goes left and you go right, neither of you has the option to go back and defend because you're so far away, right? And it's so easy, like from the games I've played, it's so easy to have these weird base trade situations because of the attack paths being set up like that. Honestly, I would have liked if they removed the slow fields at some places and put maybe a watchtower or two. But I'm giving it a B because I think it's a good idea. I think it's innovative. But also the map tile set is trash. Like, I don't like this dark. I've talked about this many times. This is the easiest way to trigger me, is to play on these dark emo maps where you actually can't say anything, or can't see anything, not say anything. Like, make maps like Cactus Valley, make maps like this one that I already forgot the name, Coda. Those are great visual maps. Great visual maps. Stop making these emo maps where you can't see anything. It's so annoying, honestly. It's so obnoxious to play on them. I don't know if that's just me always getting triggered by that. I just hate it. I honestly hate it. It's just not good. Stop making emo stuff. I like how I said snow maps are something I don't like, but there's 2 snow maps in S+. Amazing. Okay, Vani Research Station. This was one of the worst JK S+. Vani was amazing. I'ma say it right now. I loved Vani Research Station. I think it was a great map. I loved it. I loved the different layout. I loved the in-base natural. I loved that it had easily droppable main and natural. But at the same time, if you do drop, you're kind of stuck. You can't run away. I liked the engagements, the way engagements worked. And my favorite part, this map was during the map split scenarios like Swarm Host, Mech, and Late Game Protoss. The part that I really enjoyed in this map, when eventually it got to gold base, you both were fighting for it. There were a lot of games where you're like mining the 3 gold patches and the opponent's mining 3 gold patches. It's a no for me, dog. I don't know. This map is one of the best maps for me. I loved Vani Research Station. I think it was a great map. Next map, Whirlwind. What do I do, I'll give Whirlwind an A. I think it was a good map, but this was a Heart of the Swarm map. And I actually think it was a much worse Heart of the Swarm map than it is Legacy of the Void. I think it fitted Legacy of the Void better because of how big it is. So I'll give it an A. What do we have left? Catalina. You know, Catalina was a very huge meme map, especially because of Base Rate TV and their intro. But honestly, if I think about it, I think it's an A. I don't think it's a B. I don't think it's a C. I don't think it's an S map. But it was a good map. It had a lot of good games. I'll give it an A. Is this Overgrowth again? Yeah, there's 2 Overgrowths. I'll put another Overgrowth in C, I guess. What is this map called? Oh, it's Catalyst. That's right. Catalyst. I'll give it an A. I don't have anything against it. I think it was a good map. Wasn't amazing. Wasn't S tier. Yeah, it's an A tier. What are the other maps that we have? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, what is this map called? Invader? Wait, is this Invader? What map is this? I'll give it a C. It maybe would have worked better in Legacy if it was an actual Legacy map and not released during the joke season. But it just did not fit Heart of the Swarm. AVAX did Invader. I honestly, like, the thing is, I didn't like it in Heart of the Swarm. I actually think this is more of a Legacy of the Void map. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think this was a Legacy of the Void map. I think this was a Heart of the Swarm map that came back for Legacy of the Void. And I think it would have played out much better in Legacy of the Void. The problem is, when it was returned in Legacy, it was returned during the Christmas season. It wasn't ever in HOTS. Okay, my bad then. I don't know, I don't have... Like, I had good games on it personally because I play long-ass macro games. But I'm trying to remember some of the games that I've seen on this map. I don't know. It's between like B or C, but I'm not really sure where to put it. The reason why I didn't like this map is because you could never harass Zerg, I remember. There was only one entrance to the main and the natural, and they defended with like 3 queens and you can't do anything. And then the main base was too small. I'm gonna give it a C. Whatever, I'll leave it at B. I'm not a big fan. Arena. Yikers. I'll give Arena a C. I don't think it was unplayable. It was just not a great map. I mean, it was a great map, but people that did enjoy weird ass stupid all-ins and games love this map. I mean, honestly, it is the best out of these garbage rush maps. That's why I'm putting it at C. Okay, what do we have? What map is this? Oh, I remember. What is this map called? Blackpink. Is it Blackpink? Is that the map I'm thinking of? Let me see, give me a second. Oh yeah, it is. Blackpink for me is an A. I think it was a very good standard map. I think it had its own personality. It was a good map. This one that we have in the map pool. Oh no, it's out already, right? Yeah, it's already out. I mean, I'm gonna give it a C. I didn't like this map at all. Yeah, actually, Invader is not a C because this map I did not like at all. Like, this is a list where I just did not like the maps. Okay, guys, what is this map? Does anyone know? Dash and Terminal is the last map. Let me see. Doesn't look like Dash and Terminal. Oh my god, I remember. This was in Legacy of the Void beta. This is such a stupid map. You know what the meta on this map was? Oh my god, you guys don't even know. If you haven't played on the Legacy Void beta. This map, the distance, this is the main base. This is the main base. The distance between here and here is about 10 seconds with Reaper. Like literally 10 seconds from here to here. But there's a kicker, right? This is a gold base. So if you were Terran, you can lift your command center, land to the gold, and then do 4 racks Reaper from here into the opponent's base. Also, another really popular build. You send an Overlord here, right, at the edge, and you go one base, roach drops, and you drop roaches. Literally, I remember this. I would have 2 Marines, and there would be 3 roaches in my base already. Another thing I remember from this map is pylon rushes. There were so many pylon rushes that it was actually insane. Not a great map. Okay, well, I think this is it. This is my personal list. Again, I made this list based off of a couple of things. So what I liked playing, what in general people liked playing. Probably the weirdest picks I've had for the majority of the people were Habitation Station, Vanny Research Station, maybe New Gettysburg, and Overgrowth. Overall, I feel like most of the maps are, at least from my point of view, are where they should be. I'm surprised to see Backwater above Pink. I don't know, I really like Backwater, but see, that's what I mean, like it comes with a preference. I know you made both of those, right? I really enjoy Backwater because it's a different map. The reason why I put Backwater over Pink is because Black Pink is a great macro map, and it's a good map. Like, I have nothing bad to say about it. The reason why it's where it is because it's a macro map. It doesn't have any map utility or any map anything that's specific to it. While Backwater had a hidden third, which I actually can't remember if any map had that in the map in StarCraft II. That's why I liked Backwater a lot. And the split map scenarios in macro games were really sick on Backwater. Really sick. Why isn't Dusk Towers at S+? Dusk Towers is not an S+. Dusk Towers is one of my favorite maps, by the way. But the reason why it's not an S+ is because it didn't have enough variety. Again, I was the guy that was meching during this era, so I love Dusk Towers, but it did not have variety. It was always 3-base. Like, it came to a point where people figured out, if you don't open 3-base, there's no point to go 2-base. You're just not gonna win with 2-base. It was a map that was great for macro games, but if you didn't want macro game, you were forced into a macro game. That's why it's an S. So my S+ tier picks in Legacy of the Void, at least. My favorite map was definitely King Sejong Station. Second one is Lost and Found, Coda. Even though this is a Heart of the Swarm map, I loved Coda. I think it is a great map. Then we have Abyssal Reef. Now again, for this one, I'm actually derping. I can't remember what it's called. Daybreak. Maybe I should change this one. The reason why I put it S+ is not because of Legacy of the Void, so I guess it's A. Daybreak is my top 3 maps in pre-Legacy of the Void. That's why I put it so high. But I guess this is the same case for Vanny Research Station. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I'll put Vanny as well, just because it's not Legacy of the Void. They're not Legacy of the Void maps. But if this was like of all time, I would definitely put them S+. I think they were really good maps. But yeah, that's it. This is it. I really hope you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, enjoy this video. We had a rough start with not knowing the map names, but we quickly figured it out with the help of Spooky Boy. This is my tier list. Again, some of the maps are not Legacy of the Void. They were Legacy of the Void. They were introduced during those like Christmas seasons where it's kind of like an off season. Yeah, these 4 and then Vanny and Daybreak from this list is probably my personal favorite maps. And that's it. I would love to hear your opinion. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please leave a like and leave a comment to defeat that YouTube algorithm. And if you want to be notified whenever my video goes live, click that stupid notification bell. If you guys are watching this on Twitch, let's keep going.